Yeah, good everyone. Welcome to our tutorial. So in this tutorial, I'll be taking you how to draft your kaftan and cut your kaftan, and together with how you're going to make your neckline. So in the next tutorial, I'll be taking you how to sew your kaftan and how to sew your neckline. So here is our measurement. Here is our measurement. We have our shoulder to be 18. We have our sleeve to be 24.5. We have our chest to be 42, length 35, arm round 30 and a half. We have neck 16, stomach 40. Okay, one thing you should actually know about this kaftan cutting is that there are a lot of methods in achieving the final result of kaftan. So you might actually come across another method that is entirely different from this one, but then at the end of everything, you're going to come to one particular kaftan. Okay, so now we are taking the oneness of the body, which is the same thing as the bust frame. So our chest plus 2 inches, then divided by 4. We're going to divide in 4 places. Then we're going to add 1.5, and that is side folding. So with all our calculation, so we're going to have 12.5. Now moving to the full length. So after getting the bust frame, we're going to cut it out. So now we're moving to the full length, like we want to take the full length measurement. And how are we going to take that? So we are going to add 2 inches to the length, like the length we have, and we have our length to be 35, so we are going to add 2 inches to it, making 37. Then that 37, you're going to add extra 5 inches. Are you getting? You're going to add extra 5 inches, making 42. So the 5 inches, the function of the 5 inches is for the back side of the clothes to dress to the front side of the clothes. And we have front side and we have back side. So are you getting? So that's the main function of the 5 inches, and it's not constant. You can use 5, you can use 4 inches, you can use 3 inches, you can use other inches. So then we collect our line and cut it out. So now we have our front part, we have our front side of the cloth. All cloth has front side and back side. So now we're going to, this is our slanting, and which is 3, and it's also not constant. Depending on the physique of the person, you can use 2.5, you can use 2. So let's go back to our measurement, which is our shoulder. We have our shoulder to be 18 point. We have our shoulder to be 18. So now we're going to divide our 18 into 2. So we're going to have 9. And take note of this, you're not going to add any sewing allowance at all. At this stage, you're not going to add any sewing allowance. Do you get? You're not going to add any sewing allowance at the moment. Now we are moving to our armhole line. So we have 3 let's say we have 3 or 4 different lines. We have armhole line, we have tummy line, and we have our slit line, and some people call it vent. So now this is our armhole line. So 9.5, me personally I use 9, depending on the physique of the person, but then depending on how tall and depending on how the person looks, so you might use 9.5, you might use 9, you might use 10, but then I use 9.5 for this. So now moving to the vent, which is also known as slit. So depending on how long the cloth is, so this one too is not constant. Let me say most things about clothes are not constant, depending on the person, depending on the clothes, and depending on the concept of the clothes. So now, this is the tummy line. So sometimes I take the measurement on the person, like I take the tummy line of the person, or when I didn't take the measurement, I divide the distance between the slit line and the armhole line, I divide into 2 and take half inches up. Do you get? I measure from the slit line to the armhole line, divide it by 2 and take 1.5 up. So like I said earlier, there's no fixed method or fixed way of cutting clothes. There are a lot of methods. So you might come across another different method aside from this one. So that doesn't mean the other method is wrong. So that's our slit line. So this is our armhole line. So this is our armhole line. So that middle one, the middle one is the stomach line, which is known as the tummy line. So now we'll be taking our measurements. So you're going to connect the shoulder line, you're going to connect it to the armhole line. Are you getting? So you're going to connect it together. So you're going to take from that point, from the point you're going to take in, so you're going to take in 1.5 from that point, from the straight line we roll down to the armhole line. You're going to measure 1.5 inside. So then you're going to connect it straight to the shoulder slant. So are you for? So on the same line, on the same arm line, so we're going to take our chest measurement. And what's our chest measurement? Our chest measurement is 42. So we're going to add 2 inches, then divide it by 4. We're going to have our left. So that's the point of our left. We've already marked the point on our fabric. So now moving to our tummy. So our tummy measurement, which is also known as the stomach, is 40. So then we're going to add 2 inches to it, then divide by 4. So we're going to divide in 4 places. So we have 10.5, also known as 10.5. So that's the point. We already marked the point. Moving to our slit. So our slit is chest. So the particular measurement we have for the chest, we're going to add 1 inches to it. So we have our chest point to be 11. So then we're going to add 1 inch, making 12. So then we have our slit to be 12. So we connect the measurement. We've already connected our measurement. So now you can make use of a French curve here if you have French curve, and you can make use of a freehand sketch. But then I have French curve here, so I can make use of the French curve. So you're going to connect your arm line to your shoulder, making use of the French curve. So that's it. We have our sketch now. We have the front side sketch now. So pay close attention to it, to the line, to the shoulder, to the armhole. So you have to be very careful with the armhole so that the clothes will not be so tight on the customer. So you have to be very, very careful. So high depth of armhole can actually lead to the tightness of clothes at the chest side. So now we have our back side. Now we want to cut out our back side. We're already done with the front side, so we're going to place our front side on the fabrics to have the same box frame for the back side. So now we're going to place our front side on the back side. So you all remember the 5 inches we added to our full length the other time. So someone will ask, where are we going to use it? So this is where we're going to use it. So we've already removed the 5 inches from the front, so making the back side to be longer than the front side. So now the 5 inches, so the folding, we're going to fold the 5 inches on the front side. And how are you going to fold it? You're going to fold it in such a way that it's going to overlap on the front. And how is it going to overlap on the front? It's going to, like, the half inches of the back is going to overlap on the half inches of the front, as if you are actually sewing it. If you are going to sew it, you are going to sew half inches. So the half inches of the back is going to overlap on the half inches of the front. So are you getting? So that's the use of the 5 inches we added the other time. So now we're taking our neck measurement. So now our neck measurement, depending on how robust or how big the neck of the person is. So but then I make use of 5.25 for this particular person. So your own customer might be bigger than this. So for the length, for the height, we have 5 inches. So for the width, we have 2.5 inches, meaning length times breadth. For length 5 inches, breadth by 2.5. So depending on how big the neck of the person is and how small the neck of the person is, so it's not constant too. So you have to take note of that. So now we'll be moving to our shoulder measurement. So remember the other time when I told you that we are not going to add any sewing allowance to shoulder measurement when we are cutting our front side. So now you are going to add the sewing allowance to it now when we are taking the measurement at our back side. So our shoulder is 19, so 19 divided by 2 is 9.5, right? So we are going to add 0.5, which is our sewing allowance, making it 10 inches. So we're going to take our 10 inches. So okay, someone we actually asked that why do we make the back armhole, why did we extend our sketching outside? And the main reason is to make the clothes more free on the person. So it's still more better than front armhole to be more deeper than the back armhole. So do you get? So the main reason is to make the clothes more flexible, like more free, on the person when the person wants to flex his hand and everything. So that's the main reason for doing so. So pay attention to the cutting. So we're going to cut the neck first. So ensure that you have a neat cut, because that's the main thing. So you're going to cut the armhole, then moving to the body and everything. So now we have, okay, so we're going to cut our back facing. Some people call it other name, but that's what I call it myself, back facing. So you're going to cut out the back facing. So you're going to place the fabric, cut it exactly out. So now moving to our sleeve. Now I'll be teaching you how to cut two different sleeves here. So one is 3/4 and two is long sleeve. Sorry, 3/4 sleeve and long sleeve. So now you're going to take the measurement of your armhole. So that's the measurement of my armhole. So that's what you're going to use to get the box frame of your sleeve. So you adjust it. So are you following? So make good use of an iron. That's what make your work neater. It's not as if you can't cut without iron, but then to make your work neater and more easy to do, you have to make use of iron every time. So that's the 3/4, and so the length, the sleeve length, then plus 2 inches or plus 3 inches, depending on how many inches you want to add. There's no constant inches for it. So that's the length of the person. So that's the length of the sleeve of the person. So I will not be cutting this now. So I quickly want to teach you how to sketch a long sleeve. So long sleeve with a cufflinks. So long sleeve with cufflinks. So the same method actually, just that you're going to apply something to it. So now you're going to take your measurement from that point. So now if we have our measurement to be, assuming we have our measurement to be 23, so you're going to make use of 22. You're going to remove 1 inches. Like I'm just using the measurement as an assumption. So you're going to remove 1 inches from your measurement. If you have 25, you're going to make it 24 for the length. So are you getting? So now our mid mid sleeve. So our mid sleeve, you can measure the person, but then most times I make use of 9, I make use of 10, but depending on how long the sleeve of the person is. So on that mid sleeve, you're going to take the measurement of your biceps, which is also known as arm round. So after taking it, you're going to mark it and connect it. Now on the cufflinks, so you're going to measure 3 from the end. So 3, you measure it to the front, then the long, the height of it is going to be 5. So do you get? So briefly, let me take you through this. So the biceps, which is known as arm round, is arm round divided by 2 plus half inches. So yeah, I'll be teaching you how to pipe neck, which is also known as a neckline. So first thing you're going to do, you're going to slant your clothes, and one of the reasons of doing so is to make the cloth flexible. So we're going to slant it this way, iron it, then we're going to cut it out. So after cutting it out, we're going to measure 2 inches. Though I didn't measure in the video, but then it's 2 inches, so ensure that it's 2 inches. So make your cutting straight, ensure that your cutting is very straight. So you're going to, what you'll be needing here is hemming gum and your iron. So after getting your hemming gum, you're going to place your fabric on a cloth, then get your hemming gum, lie it straight inside. Allow the hemming gum to be at the middle of the fabric, ensure that it's at the middle of the fabric. Then follow the process in the video. So in the next video, I'll be teaching you how to sew the kaftan we cut and how to pipe our neck with this neckline we are forming. So ensure you like our video, follow for more, subscribe to our channel and follow all our social platforms. So on this page I'll be dropping a lot of tutorials, so ensure you subscribe to our channel.